Tonight on the TV 24 News. They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but for these local beauty queens, it's about giving back to the community. U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville continues his push for the FBI to relocate to Alabama. If you've been outside the last few days, you've probably noticed the haze in the air as the smoke from the Canadian wildfires dips into Alabama. These stories plus weather with Lacey Klontz and sports with Chandler Tyree.
It's now time for the TV 24 News, presented to you by Team One Chevrolet of Gadsden.
Good evening and thank you for tuning in to the TV 24 News presented by Team One Chevrolet of Gadsden. I'm Courtney Lynham.
And I'm Shasta Jones. Here's the news for Tuesday, July 18th, 2023. Pageants are not just all about beauty. They do include that, but even more important is when they focus on intelligence, fitness, talent, and for a pageant coming to the Oxford Performing Arts Center in a couple of weeks, how young ladies volunteer to help those in their communities.
So we're here to celebrate the contestants that have competed and hold the titles of Miss Oxford Volunteer, Miss Oxford Teen Volunteer, and Miss Oxford Camellia Teen. And they're going to be competing at the state pageant that's happening at OPAC in 2 weeks, and they'll be competing for the state titles and representing Oxford. And we're at the send-off party today to celebrate them. They do community service. They all have a platform that they represent, and they do community events to raise money for those platforms. And those are things that they are super passionate about. And we also do other community events. We do a lot of volunteer work, things of that nature. If they win the state pageant, then they represent the state of Alabama at the national pageant held in Jackson, Tennessee next year. So if they win state, we will have Oxford girls that are actually going to compete representing the state of Alabama in the national pageant.
My platform is Loving to Learn, and that's to help people with special needs in schools to have a better learning environment. So it seeks to help teachers be more equipped to know what to do and how to make the environment more helpful for people with special needs.
Hi, my platform is Crowns for Downs, standing for the dignity for others with needs that are special. My goal throughout this platform is to stand up for those with special needs and create a better environment so that people treat them with dignity and respect. I also seek to inform others about children with special needs and what they go through on a daily basis, to teach them that children with special needs are not that much different from us. So my goal through this process, I will be creating different little events for people with special needs to come to, and also getting my local community involved to come out and all of us be together and just have some fun.
My platform is called SHARE, which means self-harm awareness really empowers. And my mission with SHARE is to get rid of the negative stigma around self-harm. I just kind of want to be the voice to people who can't speak up for themselves. I do raise awareness through fundraisers and other events that we've done. I actually have a fundraiser going on right now at the Maine Olive, and all of those funds that we raise will go towards To Write Love on Her Arms, and it's a nonprofit organization, and they just help out with anyone who's really struggling or needs help with mental health. So we have our state pageant in Oxford at the Oxford Performing Arts Center from July 28th through 29th, starting at 7 o'clock, and we'll compete in beauty, fitness, swim, and talent competition, and also interviews. So we'll be doing that, and then everything is scored overall, and we will crown a new winner. And then, so if y'all want to come out and support, you can. And girls, what are y'all excited for?
I'm super excited to see all of my friends that I've made through this pageant system. This is going to be the first time I've seen them in about a month, so I'm super excited about that.
I'm excited to experience this new pageant system and see what it's all about, and to meet people at rehearsals.
Each of these young ladies are doing remarkable things to help their communities. They are proving to be outstanding leaders as they accomplish their goals at a young age, achieving success with each individual platform they have chosen to pursue. Come out and cheer them on as they represent Oxford in the Miss Volunteer Pageant July 28th and 29th.
According to AL.com, Alabama last year saw some of the nation's more rapid growth among the Hispanic population, especially in a handful of rural areas. Alabama's Hispanic population climbed to more than 250,000 in 2022, a 3.8% increase since 2021. According to recently released population estimates from the U.S. Census Bureau, while that's still a relatively small number compared to some states such as Texas or California, that rate of growth in Alabama tied for the 8th fastest in the United States. The Coast Guard and partner agencies continued to respond Monday to a discharge of diesel fuel from a partially sunken tugboat near Florence, Alabama. Coast Guard Sector Ohio Valley received notification at approximately 2 p.m. Sunday from RMB Marine Services, reporting a sunken tugboat in the port of Florence, adjacent to mile marker 257 on the Tennessee River. Pollution responders from Coast Guard Marine Safety Detachment Nashville have been deployed to assess the situation on scene. The deployed hard boom is currently containing most of the fuel, which is being recovered via a vacuum truck and drum skimmer. The maximum potential for spill is 2,500 gallons of diesel fuel. RMB Marine Services is currently working with E3 Solutions, an oil spill removal organization known as OSRO, to clean up the discharged product. An estimated 200 feet of hard boom was deployed Sunday to contain the product in the water. Over 350 additional feet of boom was deployed Monday to act as a secondary barrier. There have been no reports of injuries or wildlife impact.
Hazy, hot summer days are not unusual for the state of Alabama in July, but traces of smoke add to already existing impurities in the air. Smoke from wildfires in Canada have been moving hundreds of miles into the United States this summer, affecting air quality in many areas across the continental United States. It has most noticeably affected the northeastern United States, but has pushed into parts of the deep south as well. Air quality alerts in North Alabama were at unhealthy levels Monday, thanks in part to what appears to be traces of Canadian wildfire smoke being pushed southward across the continent due to unusual airflow patterns. Possible storms moving into Alabama could help push the smoke out of the southeast in the next couple of days.
Yeah, it has been so thick that fog, especially yesterday, I could feel it. My eyes were burning a little going outside.
Yeah, I just walked outside and I'm like, I didn't know what was up because I didn't really smell smoke, but you really couldn't see very far at all. So.
Yeah, at first I thought I needed to clean my windows.
Yeah.
What is going on? No, but it has really been very strong. So they said some storms might be moving in. Let's check in with Lacey and get a little sneak peek of the weather.
That's right, ladies. It has been very hazy the last couple of days, but we're hoping that's going to be kind of clearing up by tomorrow. We don't have a whole lot of storms this week, but we are probably going to have one tonight. Enjoy it while you can because it's going to be a very hot rest of the week. Back to you, ladies.
We'll have more from Lacey later. You're watching the TV 24 News presented by Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden.
Hey y'all, I'm Shine Gunner from Adairsville, Georgia, and I cannot wait to come out and play for y'all at Hooligan Harley-Davidson for Motors and Music. I hope to see y'all in Oxford, Alabama, July 22nd. Y'all come out and have a great time.
If you're the family with kids playing sports and the parents that are running two ways at once, then a Team 1 Chevy is perfect for your team. Baseball, softball, and soccer families can travel in all-American style with a new Chevy from Team 1. Bank on the best deal, a great selection, and the perfect vehicle for your all-American team.
Interest rates as low as 1.9% and no payments for 90 days when you finance with GM Financial.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
There's a special place where overtime gives way to family time, where fast pace becomes a little slower lifestyle. At Campers Unlimited, we can help get you there, where your lake house, beach house, or tailgate headquarters can have the same address. We carry the top brands in America like Grand Design and Forest River. With a large selection, we're sure to have a floor plan that fits your needs. So when you're ready to disconnect in order to reconnect, take the easy drive to Campers Unlimited on Interstate 59 in Gadsden or shop us online at campersunlimited.net.
I am a dreamer who will make a difference in this world.
I'm flying to a future of great promise and change. I am a mentor committed to helping my students transform their lives.
I'm a hard worker striving to build a better Alabama.
I am a go-getter with ambition and drive.
I am a Gadsden State Cardinal.
Watch me.
Watch me.
Watch me fly.
U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville voiced his support on Monday for a suggestion by U.S. House Judiciary Committee Chairman U.S. Representative Jim Jordan from Ohio to move the FBI's headquarters from Washington, D.C. to Alabama. Last week, the Wall Street Journal reported that Jordan and other Republicans intend to withhold funding from the FBI's new headquarters unless the federal agency relocates to Huntsville's Redstone Arsenal. According to the report, this comes in response to the agency's investigation into former President Donald Trump, which several conservatives have accused of being politically motivated. Jordan included the proposal in a list of recommendations to the House Appropriations Committee. Tuberville shared the Wall Street Journal report on Twitter on Monday morning. The FBI has needed a new headquarters for years now, he wrote. I agree with Jordan. The best place for FBI headquarters is in the state-of-the-art facility in Huntsville. A spokesperson for the FBI told the Wall Street Journal that relocating its headquarters would be troublesome for operational reasons. The FBI's academy is located in Quantico, Virginia, which is less than 30 miles from D.C. The spokesperson also said that its facilities in Huntsville are currently incapable of associating the number of personnel needed at its headquarters. According to the 1819 News, Huntsville Mayor Tommy Battle told the Wall Street Journal that he would support whatever Congress decides to do with the FBI.
According to the Associated Press, Alabama Republicans, under order of the U.S. Supreme Court to redraw congressional districts to give minority voters a greater voice in elections, rejected calls Monday to craft a second majority black district and proposed a map that could test what is required by the judge's directive. Lawmakers must adopt a new map by Friday after the High Court in June affirmed a three-judge panel's ruling that Alabama's existing congressional map, with a single black district out of 7 statewide, likely violated the Voting Rights Act. In a state where more than 1 in 4 residents is black, the lower court panel had ruled in 2022 that Alabama should have another majority black congressional district or something close to it. So black voters have the opportunity to elect a representative of their choice. Republicans who have been resistant to creating a certain Democratic district proposed a map that would increase the percentage of black voters in the 2nd congressional district from about 30% to nearly 42.5%, wagering that will satisfy the court's directive. House Speaker pro tempore Chris Pringle, who serves as co-chairman of the State Redistricting Committee, said the proposal complies with the order to provide a district in which black voters have the opportunity to elect the representative of their choice. The goal here for me was to provide an opportunity for African Americans to be elected to Congress in the 2nd Congressional District, Pringle said. However, the National Redistricting Foundation, one of the groups that backed challenges to the Alabama map, called the proposal shameful and said it would be challenged. Partisan politics underlies the looming districting fight.
There are several community events happening this week that we at TV24 want you to be aware of. Tomorrow, July 19th, the Calhoun County Area Chamber and Visitor Center and Etowah Chamber are hosting Advancing Women to the Top Conference at the Jacksonville State University Recreation Center from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. This Friday and Saturday nights, there is Bulls on the Lake Rodeo taking place in Pell City. You can watch the Mutton Busters right here Friday night on TV24 as we live stream the kids' rodeo starting at 7 p.m. Saturday, the Sachs Church of Christ is giving away 100 backpacks full of school supplies at 8 a.m., along with clothes and home items for free. They are located at 5201 Sachs Road in Anniston. Saturday from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. is the Motors and Music at Hooligans Harley-Davidson with live bands and food trucks. Saturday night, there's a free youth talent show at the Anniston City Meeting Center at 6 p.m. presented by Hearts on Fire. They will be giving free backpacks to kids while supplies last.
Embodied, contemporary takes on the dress. It's a collaboration between artists, and it's currently at the Gadsden Museum of Art on Broad Street in Gadsden. Born out of the desire to add a sculptural element to an existing solo show, this exhibition came together organically at the onset of a worldwide pandemic and lockdown. Touching base with colleagues in the early days of a new reality gave clarity to a collective inclination to create dresses for the purpose of telling personal stories. 9 artists working respectively on each piece and communally toward the greater exhibition created an immersive study into individuality, semiotics, joy, sorrow, and humanity. Each dress is a visual narrative drawing from observation and experience. The hope, as you reflect on this retrospective, is that you find a piece of yourself in one or more of these dresses. I got to view the exhibit and it is absolutely spectacular. So don't miss your chance, as Thursday, July 27th will be the last day to view the embodied exhibit at Gadsden Museum of Art. On that night, the closing night, the 27th, there will be an artist talk. So that's going to be from 6 o'clock until 7 o'clock on the 27th. So for more information, you can also visit gadsdenmuseum.com. Yeah, gosh, there's so many things.
There's a lot going on.
Wow. So if you're looking for something to do, there are definitely plenty of options.
Inside or outside. So if you need to cool off or if you need to take a little bit and go inside, either way.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So make sure to get out and support some of those community events.
Definitely.
All right, well, hey, stay tuned. We're going to be right back with Lacey Klontz with weather. And you're watching the TV 24 News presented by Team 1 Chevrolet of Gadsden.
Hey everyone, we're Highland Groove. We're excited about playing the Motors and Music Festival this Saturday with Hooligan Harley-Davidson in Oxford. We look forward to seeing y'all there. Oh yeah! Boom!
Hello everyone, Tony Russell, General Manager of Sonny King Ford. And boy, do we have unbelievable markdown on used cars that you do not want to miss. It's time to make the best deal on a used car. Shop our wide selection of used trucks and premium pre-owned models. Don't wait another day. Come by and see me, Tony Russell, and let's make a custom deal for you. Find great savings on pre-owned used cars at Sonny King Ford on the sunny side of the street, Anniston, Oxford.
So y'all been talking for 6 months now?
Yes, this is my soulmate. I'm so excited.
Well, we're about to go find out.
Why are we at a cemetery?
Well, it seems like you've been drug fished. You've been talking to fentanyl this whole time. I'm so sorry.
Second Chance, serving Calhoun, Cleburne, Etowah, and Talladega counties. Second Chance provides safe shelter and supportive services for domestic and dating violence victims and offers educational outreach to residents of the communities served, empowering victims in their recovery and the public towards intervention in these crimes. If you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, please have them call and see if we can help. Thank you.
Harley-Davidson is teaming up with TV24 this July to bring you the Motors and Music Summer Concert Series. We'll have some amazing artists here like Cheyenne Gunner and Highland Groove on July 22nd from 10 to 5. Join us that day for $2 beer, food, music, and a family-friendly event.
For today's Forecast Extra, this morning, more than 67 million Americans across the United States awoke to air quality alerts as smoke from wildfires burning across Canada continues to fill the sky. The bulk of wildfire smoke has spread to the eastern half of the U.S., which is where a majority of the air quality alerts will remain in effect through at least tonight. Now, these alerts are fairly common on hot summer days in Alabama, and the general public isn't affected much, but sensitive groups, such as those with respiratory issues and heart disease, should limit prolonged outdoor exertion. Most of the Canadian wildfire smoke has dispersed over the northern half of Alabama today and is expected to continue to disperse late tonight and tomorrow. Coming up this week, we're going to have very high temperatures and not a whole lot of rain. Except for tonight, we're going to have about it's going to be 70 degrees and we'll have about a 60% chance of thunderstorms. Then tomorrow it's getting up to 92 degrees and we will have a mix of clouds and sunshine. And over the course of the next week, more hot temperatures, we can't escape it. So be sure to stay hydrated. It's going to be in the mid-90s all week, and next week it's going to cool off just slightly down to the 80s, and we're not going to have a whole lot of rain, but maybe we can pray that rain comes and cools everything off. I'm Lacey with your TV24 weather report. We'll be right back with Chandler Tyree with sports.
What's up, everybody? We're Stadium Drive, and we're going to be playing in the Hooligan Harley-Davidson dealership on July 22nd. There's going to be some really cool bikes, some really cool bands. We can't wait to see you all there.
The Coosa Valley, on the banks of the Coosa River in Gadsden, Alabama. Fishing, boating, and paddling, and home to Team One Chevrolet. Team One Chevy has been serving generations for years. Even the grandkids are grown. Come by and see why so many people come back to Team One Chevy in Gadsden.
Home of the best people, the best service, period.
Hey, we are the Still Broke Band, and we are so excited to be at Hooligan Harley-Davidson on July 22nd for Motors and Music. Hope to see you there.
At Dunn's HVAC Plumbing and Electrical, we know how hard it is to find a dependable company you can trust. The time-consuming effort can be frustrating and overwhelming. We believe what matters is getting back to what's important to you. Dunn's HVAC Plumbing and Electrical is built upon honesty, integrity, and also trust. We are your local choice for all your HVAC plumbing and electrical needs, serving Calhoun, Jefferson, Shelby, and surrounding areas. Visit our website at calldunns.com to schedule your appointment for dependable service done right.
Hey everybody, welcome to TV24 Sports. If you didn't notice it, we have a famous person on our news crew. Courtney and the Still Broke Band will be at Hooligans this Saturday during the day, so go check them out. She can sing. I'm not just saying that because she's sitting right here next to me. She can actually sing. The Oxford Youth Football Camp today. You know, Coach Adams came in yesterday, did an interview, and told us about the football camp. I was able to go out and check out some of the action today. A bunch of young kids out there. It was cool to see the future generations for Oxford football. A lot of fun was had. Really impressed with Coach Adams, his coaching staff, and the young men that are on the football team that came out and helped with that. As I went around and watched that today, just a great day, a free camp. You can't ever complain about free, but they learned a lot of things, got better, and had a great time. Now, it was hot out there. Lacey's already told you that it's going to be hot. It's going to stay hot, so get used to it, get ready for it. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Some of those kids said they were ready to go home because it was hot. There you see Coach May. I think he's probably been there since I was alive coaching. And so just a great day. Coach Cochran right there, the defensive coordinator, one of the best defensive line coaches in this area right there. So there was a lot learned. It was a great day for the young people and the future generations of Oxford High School football. Thanks to Coach Adams and the Oxford staff for letting us come hang out and get some footage for the news. In other news, Tennessee avoided a bowl ban after the NCAA Committee on Infractions found the program responsible for more than 200, that's right, 200 individual violations, including 18 level 1 in nature. Former coach Jeremy Pruitt was hit with a 6-year show cause order, while the university will face probation, vacated wins, and scholarship reductions, among numerous other penalties. Tennessee will pay an $8 million fine and be on probation for 5 years. Pruitt admitted to handing out cash, and he said that he self-reported at least 2 payments at Tennessee. In other sad news, this is something that has been out for a few days, but I've been out working camps and doing other things. The Crossville football program, Crossville High School, will not field a varsity football team this year. Principal and Athletic Director John Peppers of Crossville High School shared that the high school will not have a varsity football schedule due to a decrease in the number of players. To the Sand Mountain Reporter, Peppers made the following remarks. It wasn't an easy decision to make. It was probably one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make as an administrator at Crossville High School. We've lost a lot of kids to our neighboring schools. Pepper said, this idea that we weren't going to have a varsity has been planted in some of our community for 4, 5, 6 years. Most of it has been planted by people outside of the community, and it was only to encourage some of our younger athletes to leave. Jim Case was acknowledged and recognized this past weekend. They retired the number 26, so Jim Case will be the last person to wear the number 26 for the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. Thanks, Coach Case, for what you've done not only on the baseball field but in our community over the last 20 years. Reginald Huff, on May the 2nd, Gadsden City Board named Reginald Huff as the new athletic director for Gadsden City Schools. A few short months later, Huff is out as Gadsden City's athletic director. Reginald Huff says he received an opportunity way too good to pass up. That's quoted. So he's leaving Gadsden City High School only a few months after being named the athletic director. Huff has resigned to take a teaching job at Ronald McNair High School in Atlanta, DeKalb County, with the possibility of returning to the sideline as coach in the future. Reginald Huff was a teacher and basketball coach for 29 years in the Gadsden City school system and had been the boys basketball coach during that tenure. His career record is 542, 196, 17 area championships, 12 Elite Eights, and 6 Final Four appearances. Hey, if you want the football experience, TV24 will have the football experience for you this football season. We will have pregame shows, Thursday night games, Friday night games, game of the week. We will have a postgame show, Pigskin Roundup, the coaches show, and then we will have a Saturday morning breakfast club live at Western Sizzling to recap and to put a bow on every Friday night. So if you want football, we got it for you.
It's done, man. It's time to come together and change the culture. Let's do the little things right. Let's not worry about what the school board says. You do what you've been coached to do. You do it. Don't worry about everything else. Do your job to 100% because your brother next to you means more than the name on the back of your jersey. You come into our house, you get hit in the mouth. You come into our house, you earn it. Respect ain't given, respect is taken, and we take it tonight. It's prime time, baby. It's prime time, baby.
Y'all are going to be really busy this football season. That's going to be awesome.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really, really good. Can't wait to showcase our local athletes and our local coaches.
Hey, thanks for the shout out.
No problem.
Well, we want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Signing off from Oxford, Alabama. Good night, everyone.